On stage right now, make it loud, everyone, for Iwan Oom.
Hey, what's up, you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking about how languages change and shit over time, you know? Like if somebody walked up to you right now and told them he was gonna blow your brains out, you wouldn't know whether to run away or pull your pants down. Yeah, I was watching a documentary about General Custer, right? The famous The Last Stand at the Battle of Little Bighorn. I was like, Little Bighorn? That's gotta be euphemism for penis though, right? Here's your bighorn, and here's your little bighorn. Yeah, doctors are so full of shit nowadays, you know what I mean? They always were. Like in the 20s, people didn't really trust eating hamburgers, right? So when White Castle came out, he hired a bunch of doctors to sit around his restaurant and eat hamburgers. And so people were like, oh well, hamburgers are healthy, right? Hamburgers aren't fucking healthy. And in the 40s and 50s, doctors were selling cigarettes, right? In newspapers, magazines, even old TV commercials. They have doctors like, I'm a doctor, so I smoke Camels. That's such bullshit, because they're doctors, right? They know better. And then the newest medical scam going around nowadays, this whole prostate rectal exam thing, right? Man, that's bullshit, man. I've heard 100 different prostate rectal exam stories. They all end the same way. They didn't find anything. Yeah. If it's so important, why don't you tell me what to look for? And I'll stick my own finger up my own ass, huh? How about that? But oh no, you can't do that, huh? You gotta have like a medical degree just to find a bubble in your butt? I'm telling you, my intestines aren't the only thing full of shit. And you know the NFL has one Asian player, and he's a kicker. Could you not find a more racist position for this guy, you know? Oh, he's gonna come out in a karate uniform? Yeah, I was watching the Oscars a couple weeks back. It was pretty cool, right? Towards the end, I was getting excited. I was like, hey, look, they're bringing back the Mummy. But then I saw, I was like, oh no, it's just Al Pacino. Yeah, I was watching a Bigfoot documentary. Yeah, it struck me as how dedicated these Bigfoot hunters were, you know? And like so devoted to something that might not even be real. Like comedians and their careers. Yeah, last April 4th is a new national holiday. It's now National Burrito Day. That's pretty cool, right? And then the very next day, April 5th, is now National Toilet Plugging Day. Hey, did you guys see that boat that crashed in that bridge over in Baltimore a couple weeks back? That's pretty crazy, right? It said it crashed in the Francis Scott Key Bridge. It's kind of ironic, right? It's like, oh, say, can you see? There's a giant fucking boat coming! And it said the boat came from Singapore. I was like, ah, crap. Asian driver, you know. And the news, it said the boat weighed 200 million pounds. That's pretty damn heavy, right? It was actually even heavier before. It was actually 300 million pounds. But my ex-wife, she got off the boat before it hit. Yeah, I was in the United States Army, first cavalry division before then. It was pretty cool, you know. It's weird being the only Asian person, though. And every day, people are just looking at me like, are we supposed to shoot this guy? Yeah, it's cool being in the Army. You get some of the benefits. I'd say the best benefit is the ability to give old men hard-ons. Yeah, old men, they love hearing Army stories. You know, I guess because it makes them feel younger, it gives them hope for the future or something. Like if I meet some old man at a park and I start telling Army stories, I tend to come all over me. And I was talking to this Persian guy the other day. I was like, you're Persian? From Persia? And he was like, yeah, where are you from? It's like, the Han Dynasty? Alright, let me tell you the story. The story of the day I left for the Army, right? You know, my mom, she came home early from work that day, right? She'd never done this before. And so we go to Denny's and she would take out lunch. I remember I had spaghetti and sausage. And I was so fucking nervous, you know, I couldn't eat anything. And so we go home, right, waiting for my recruiter. And wait for a couple hours, and then he shows up, right? He speaks up. Anyway, I can hear him walking up. He gets to the front of the door. He knocks, right? I can tell his hands is all slow, right? And he opens the door, and then he's always like I've seen him before, like about 5 times, but I never seen him in his full uniform, right? He's got all these medals and shit. I'm like, oh fuck, this guy's like a fucking war hero. Anyway, I grab my stuff. I turn to my mom. You know, Asian people, we're not very affectionate, right? So my mom's never really hugged me or anything. So she just kind of looks at me like, oh, bye, son. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I turn, I get my stuff, we go down and follow the recruiter. We go downstairs, I get into his car, we back up, and just as we're about to pull out, my mom comes flying down the fucking stairs, right? and tears are fucking pouring down her face and shit, right? She runs and she jumps onto the car and grabs it, right? And she's like, I love you, son, you know, don't die, right? Come back home and shit. And I'm like, oh shit, yeah, Mom, I love you, you know, I'll come back, I promise, right? I gave her a big hug and shit. Drive off. I look back, she's standing by the side of the road, bawling, you know, yeah, it's crazy, right? And then I call her an hour later, you know, because I'm a little worried. And she's partying with all her friends. All right, let me end this one. Yeah, I got fun, whatever, Asian, you know, we love Jewish people, you know. We're like, sensei at least teach us. But Jewish people don't like us too much, you know. And I think I know why. It's because of our eyes. It's because if you look, it's not that my eyes are slanted or small. It's that Asian people, we have an extra layer of skin over our eyelids. It's basically a foreskin, right? And you know how Jewish people feel about foreskins. Hi, my name is Iwan. Thank you.
Give me all for everyone.